love, fear, failure, success, and finally, survival. I've been through them all and came out stronger and healthier. Yeah, I went to a dark place, but talking about it pulled me out. My name is Sandy Crosse, and this is Crosse Conversations. Hello.
Hello.
It's been a while. I feel like I haven't seen you forever. It's only been
a week. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but you had to just leave my baby at home.
Yeah, no Bentley today, so we can focus.
Bentley he just looks at me and I just melt. But as I talk, I can't giggle at what he's doing. Some of this stuff is serious.
Exactly. And you wouldn't let him sleep while we're trying to work, so.
No, because he's so cute. Mm-hmm. But I let him know I miss him.
I'll tell him when I get home.
Hey, Shaunte says.
Yes, Miss Sandy.
Yes, welcome to another session of Crosse Conversations. This week, I am focused on spring, rebirth, the energy that comes with, when you have declared yourself a bad bitch.
Oh. So wait a minute, you're a bad bitch only when spring starts? Or
no, I've been it. I just didn't realize it.
Okay.
So spring awoke it.
Oh, okay.
I've been awoke. Is that a word?
I think you always knew you were a bad bitch. You just went in hiding for a little while.
You know what? I think she went in hiding for a long time.
Okay. That's
because
fair.
People just can't handle it.
So,
you know what? It even starts in school. It starts in elementary school, then it goes to junior high school. Junior high school was a blur to me. I don't know. That's when I got confused.
Confused about what?
Oh, I just bought everything.
Okay.
And in high school, I discovered my strength, my power, my sexiness. Ooh.
Okay.
And in college, I kind of, I don't know, sunk into the abyss of so many people and meeting new people and moving out and being on my own, blah, blah, blah. And then I hit my 20s. Well, not quite my 20s. I'm 19 and moved out of my house. And then at 21, met my ex-husband. And then at 24, got into a really good marriage.
Okay.
That's in quotes.
I was like, wait, what? Okay, a good marriage.
And 27 had my kid. But, it's just really funny because I always set these lofty goals for myself, and then when I don't accomplish them, I didn't do it, blah, 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 blah. And then that's for like a day or two. And then in a couple of days, I go back. I'm like, well, so that didn't work. That was a mistake. Let me do this. Mm-hmm. Let me try doing this instead. Okay. And it's always been one of those situations where doing this meant that I had a crazy idea and I need my Thelma and Louise kind of situation. And Betty and Wilma, it's just, I decided to really take things into my own hands. I'm like, so if this window closed just now, I know I could get that door ajar. And in other words, I can open up something.
Okay.
And so I've always been that kind of person that's just, I don't consider something not working out failure. It's a lessons learned.
So you see the opportunity almost in everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everything, there's an opportunity. It could be God just saying, I don't think so, but you still went ahead and marry him. And then,
I knew you were going to slide that in.
Or, it could be the job that you really, really wanted. You didn't get it. And then you're all depressed and sad. And then you get another job that's not
better.
Financially it's not as good, but opportunity-wise, it turns out to be so much better for your career. And It's just so many things like that that's happened. And, ended up working for celebrities and we're on movie sets and just seeing some crazy stuff in the big scheme of life, Mm-hmm. So being a bad bitch.
So wait a minute. I got to pause you because what are your thoughts on using, we said bad bitch real loosely. There's always this controversy on using the term bitch. What is your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I could have said bad lady, but then that would have conjured up
powerful.
something.
Yeah.
That could have conjured up a whole lot of different meanings. I could say I'm a badass, but I just think that's more, well, it's not even, I don't think that's negative because I am a badass.
Okay.
No, but a bad bitch, well, I think there are a lot of bad assholes.
And maybe there's two types of bad bitches. Okay, maybe we could do that. We have to do a caveat between the two.
But no, but I'm just saying, it's just like when you're a boss chick, or when you're the power part of the power couple, when you are the leading lady, when you are numero uno, people automatically you're like, well, how did she get there? Did she marry well? Or wait a minute, did she sleep her way to the top? Or, her connections, her friends, or her family connections. When dudes do it, it's like, oh, he climbed the ladder and he did really well. Forget the fact that he married that 26-year-old that's an heiress,
True.
That type of thing. And people don't refer to him as a bitch. He's the man. He's the man.
Yeah.
He's the man. So I'll be damned if I'm going to say I'm a bad man.
A woman.
I'm not going to say I'm a bad woman either.
That doesn't sound as good. That's not a good t-shirt.
I'm
either.
a bad bitch because you said I'm a bitch. I'm a badass bitch. Okay. Listen.
Yeah, the t-shirts look better with that on there too. A bad woman. Nah.
No, and in the sense of me being bad, I'm saying that, it's all good.
Okay.
It's power.
All right.
It's unfortunate in the world that we're living now how sexist it is. But when we as women start finding our power, owning our power, and not necessarily pushing it on others like our male counterparts, because they push their power.
Yeah. They do.
We don't push our power in the same way.
Yeah.
Right? At least that's I don't think so. I think we're totally different in how we use our power. I think we're totally different in how we use our voice. And I really think we're totally different in our confidence. And when a woman is confident and she starts doing her thing, then we become, like I said, she's a bad bitch.
Okay.
And then people don't want to make room for you at the table.
Okay.
People don't want to scoot over so that we can join each other, So there are times when even with other women, not just necessarily men, you got to carve out your own path. Mm-hmm. And that path, although your destiny is already fulfilled if you're faith-based, you know that your destiny is already before you. It's there for you to go find, for you to go figure it out. Mm-hmm. Right? And sometimes the good Lord puts stuff in front of us and we're just like, we either knock it out of the way and try to knock it out of the way and try to knock it out of the way. And it keeps coming back, maybe in different forms.
Different times.
Yes. But then it's kind of like, knock, knock, you need to get awoke. Mm-hmm. And when you get awoke, when you awaken, whether it's in your, like I said, elementary school, when you're just feeling so powerful because you're a brand new person to the United States and your parents went to register you for school and they're saying, oh, you're from a foreign country and it's third world, so you got to step back. She can't go into like second grade or third grade or fourth grade. We gotta put her back into second grade. Mm-hmm. And my parents are like, why? She started school at 3. Why? Wow. And she's 7 years old.
Yeah.
So they're like, test her. They tested her. Oh, that being me. Am I speaking in third person?
You're speaking in third person. I was looking around like, who is she talking about?
Yeah, that'll be me. They tested me. And my grade, it was almost 5th grade.
So you've basically been this bad bitch for a very long time.
Very long time.
Okay. So, well, then, all right, well, let's talk about that then. So, bad bitch, what does that look like for Sandy? Tell me about this
For
bad
Sandy,
bitch.
it's this situation happened. So, or that situation happened, or life gives you a blow. And every single time you're getting closer and closer to your destiny, your path, your goals, something major happens, or the devil steps in and says, not today, flick you away, try to divert you from your path, try to divert you from your focus. And me, being the person I am, wanting to please everybody, wanting to say yes to everybody, wanting to make sure everybody is okay, wanting to bury stuff that hurts, want to bury stuff that makes me look weak. So when you start taking ownership of your true strength, it's scary. It's scary when you start realizing how strong you really are. People may tell you all the time. People tell me all the time for years, oh my God, I can't believe you survived this. Oh, wow, this is rough. I couldn't go through this. Ooh, you're a single mother suddenly. Wow. Oh, you had to put your kid through college by yourself. Oh, you nearly died at the hands of somebody that loves you, but you were able to pull yourself out of this and get, the strongest person in your life, your best friend and biggest supporter, dies suddenly in another country. You got to pull yourself together. And you don't know how to pull yourself together because your support system is no longer there. And when your support system is no longer there, and the person you turn to when you need advice, when you need guidance, when you need just support, somebody to just hug you and like, I love you most. And that person isn't there. You got to find your strength from somewhere. Yes, I have a father. Yes, he's great. He's a very good father. But he can't replace my mother. And I know if he's listening, his feelings may be a little hurt, but it's true.
He'll be all right. It's true. Can't replace mom. You can't.
You can't. And in the past 5 years, in May of this year, it'll be 5 years, and it just went by so fast.
Wow.
It was the day before my annual barbecue.
Yep.
All that good stuff. And
I
it was
remember.
so fast.
And you still had the barbecue.
Oh, I still had it.
I remember.
Because she would have wanted it.
Yeah, I remember.
She would have wanted me to. It took me forever to actually talk or come down, but it was really, really a Lorna move. So,
and Lorna is
my
your
mother.
mom.
Yeah, Lorna Crosse. So yeah, it was. Honestly, it took trauma to really get me to start thinking again about spring, about the rebirth, about how do I move forward? What did I gain out of, what was the purpose of her death? What was the reason, and why do people keep telling me I'm so strong? I'm not. I went through a lot of self-searching the last few weeks, a lot of getting rid of negative and getting rid of sad and getting rid of this and stress. It takes its toll on you. And one of the things that I was in the middle of doing something, just arbitrary, brushing my teeth, washing my face, whatever, getting myself ready for bed. And we must brush our teeth at night, wash our face, because we need to stay young looking as long as we can. I'm telling that to my daughter too. You need to start in your 20s.
Yeah, no, it's true.
So if you saw what this person looked like at my age, you probably will see eventually, but yeah,
it'll be on a website or something. I'm sure.
But it just said strength. And I kind of like, what? What? The reason, the purpose, what I got out of my mom's death is I learned of my strength. I regained my strength. I claim my strength. And I will never give back power or my strength to any other human being as long as I live, because I have done it basically for 20 something years. Well, maybe 30 now. You know?
And by that you mean your ex-husband.
Well, if
and
ex-husband, other people, relationships, family members. You know, I have given away my strength. Business, in business. I once had a woman tell me, she's a Caucasian lady. She said to me, we worked together on some projects. I met her as a consultant and she was in the company. And then she left the company and she went to another company and she hired me as a contractor. And when she called me to ask me about coming on for the project, she said, what's your rate? And I told her, she laughed. She's like, what? Yeah, she laughed. She actually chuckled. I'm just like, what's so funny? And she said, you should have been making that like years ago. You're really, really underselling yourself. And I'm like, okay, so what kind of rate are you thinking about? And she told me it was like $25 more an hour. I'm like, well, that's the rate I'm going to be billing you at. And she said, you should be. And I was so afraid to like tell my other clients, yeah, this is the rate now.
There needs to be more people like her, though. Most people would have just taken you for what you offered, but to show you were undervaluing yourself, I mean, that was huge on her part. That showed strength in her and confidence in her. Because, you know, sometimes there's this thing, women don't help each other like that, you know. And,
at all.
And you were billing her. So she's like, wait a minute, you should cost way more than that. So hats off to her, whoever you are, lady.
She and I don't talk anymore, though.
But that's all right.
But I do appreciate.
Her a shout out.
I do give her credit, and I will always appreciate that. And I remember her for that, and that's the person I choose to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Despite the things that may have happened. Yeah. Okay, we'll take the good moments. We can do that.
I like that. We'll take the good moments.
Yeah.
She's not quite the bitch.
Hey.
No, but yeah, it was really and truly within the last few weeks that I'm like, you know what, Mom? You didn't die for nothing. You know, I have found such strength that I didn't know. My sister talks about it all the time. She's like, you've just changed so much.
Okay.
I just like this new Sandra. That's just so... I've always been known as being spunky. I know you would never believe that.
What? That's all I know.
Yeah, everybody's like, she's so spunky, you know, this short little thing just running around, spunk. And then she's just like, I don't know where you got it from, but you just have this fight in you. We always thought you were spunky, but you're like Mighty Mouse. You're just like running around.
I don't know. I think that's a short people thing.
Wow.
Y'all got this complex about you, you know, just like my little dog. Y'all think y'all are bigger than you are. Okay, whatever.
Okay, so I'm not sure we're going to leave that part in.
Are you going to fire me? You're not going to fire me, are you?
No, but we won't talk about me being able to fit in those size shoes you wear.
Oh, we doing that? Yeah. Okay. Y'all, this podcast is going left. Real pause. No. Okay, so you were saying, we were talking about, let me look at my notes, bad bitch. I'm talking about my feet, really? It's all good.
But it's been really one of those, like I said, it's been a great month of rediscovering that there's nothing I can't do. I mean, I bought a house. The house is my canvas. This house you're sitting in now. There's nothing like this. Nothing. Except for the original floors. Nothing. And I was just like, oh, well, I need to go add some tiles. My I took my happy back. I'm trying not to curse.
We already said bitch and the other show titles. I mean,
oh yeah, that's true. I'm trying really hard not to curse. Okay. At least not every episode. Okay. But yeah, I get my tiles and I get my this and I get that and I put tiles up and I do this and I do everything with my hands. I'm a gardener. I'm a cook. I'm very creative. I'm a writer. So that takes, everything is with these hands. And I really, really, really started looking at the size of my hands. Mm-hmm. I have pretty small hands. Mm-hmm. I'll say it's probably like a 10-year-old. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to just being able to go after whatever you want, it takes strength, and that strength comes from within you. Mm-hmm. And I have had jobs where I've worked with an actress that was really, really popular. I've made movies with Julia Roberts. I worked on movie sets. I have been on planes with royalty. I was down in Vegas when, we brushed royalty there. I have worked in jobs where I had lunch with Prince and Madonna in the lunchtime area and movie sets and movie premieres and all of these really, really cool things and meeting really famous people. And all of those things didn't make me the bad bitch. They led up to, because I was really young and I didn't know how to appreciate it. I honestly was just like, I'm not going to that party because so-and-so is there. Oh, did you see LL Cool J kissing this line? I became a different person. That different person thought she was a bad bitch because she had things and people that she could delegate to, everything. Everything.
You had exposure to.
Exposure to. Mm-hmm. And what I've discovered in the last few years, honestly, is those things, as great as they were just really preparing me for what's ahead.
Mm-hmm. Everything. I truly believe that.
What's ahead is really like the here and the now is what it was preparing me for, because it took me a long time to even think about my mom. She pushed me and pushed me and pushed me to do a book, write your book. And I think I mentioned this before. I was just like, I don't know how it's going to end. And I don't want to be talking about, what am I going to talk about now? This life? What about this life? I have some famous family members, but who cares that my Uncle Len played in a Lion King?
Wow.
You know what I mean? They're fun things for me. I have matches collected from around the world over there, from him and from family members from me. So I've had the fun things, the good things. I've had a shitload of bad things too. Mm-hmm. And when I weigh them on the scale, the gravity of the things that's happened to me, they are heavier. But the weight of the things that I'm blessed with far outweighs the heaviness.
So how about this? Let's try something. Make a connection for us, not just me. What do you think? Like, pick something that's happened in your past, and you can say it prepared you for something you've dealt with recently.
Something that happened in my past. Coming from an abusive background has prepared me immensely for how to handle an abusive relationship.
Okay.
And although you may kind of, I won't say you, but right. Although I kind of I had the strength, but I gave that strength to somebody else. Mm-hmm. I allowed somebody else to take that strength from me. Mm-hmm. And because of that, it's very difficult to talk about.
Oh, well.
It's really taught me that if somebody's going to do something to you, if a person hits you once or does something horrible to you, speak up and get out the first time. Because if you don't speak up and get out the first time, or tell somebody, or own your strength, respect yourself. And I know it's really hard to say that, but you gotta respect yourself enough to say, hey, this is not gonna happen again. Mm-hmm. And so I packed my shit and left my own house. And I was just like, you want to stay there? That's fine. If you won't leave, I'm leaving. And no one in my family believed I was capable of doing that. Nobody, my ex-husband didn't think I was capable of doing that.
Did you surprise yourself too?
I'm still surprised.
Okay.
Because of how tough I held, because I'm like, I'm not paying the mortgage.
Okay.
I'm not paying the mortgage until you get out. So you need to pay it. If you want to, I was always the head of the household anyway.
Okay.
So now that the head of the household is gone, you now have to be responsible.
Okay.
And it's very interesting when you're able to push back.
Yeah.
Push back.
Yeah.
You learn that with time. You learn that with your circumstances. And so I'm able to now take all the negative, all the abusive things, honestly, that's happened to me, and turn it into, well, you know, before you were able to lift 2,000 pounds. Now you're going to maybe only be able to lift 500 pounds, but at least you're starting to lift again. You know, you know how to do gardening. I'm very good at it. I have a green thumb. But I was hiring people and spending thousands of dollars to have them do what I love to do. I'm going back to my gardening.
Good.
And doing really, really well. My business, I've cut off a lot of my clients in the past year, I'd say, because I don't think they're deserving of me. Mm. And one of the clients that I cut off actually about 3 years ago, because he and I had a very, very good relationship, and he allowed other people to come in and disrupt us that I introduced him to. Just this week, somebody said, hey, I ran into him and he said to say hi. And my response was, tell him I hope he's doing well. Because the last thing I said to him is, you're going to need me more and before I'll ever need you. Mm-hmm. Those are the last few words I said to him. Mm-hmm. And that was 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. I have said to a couple of men, a couple people too, women, that whenever somebody does anything egregious to me, I don't have to go find revenge. I don't have to go look for ways to just make their life miserable. Because in the end, you're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself. Mm-hmm. And when you have strength, when you have that, I could do whatever I want, whenever I want, because I know I can attitude. Mm-hmm. Nobody can bust your balls. Yeah, honestly, nobody can. You know, I've said it a couple of times to guys. I'm like, hey, I have a pair of balls too.
Oh, you're so funny. I believe you said that.
Yeah, they were
probably
like,
heard you say it.
You know, it's just like, I have a pair too. You know, and I legitimately mean it. Like, I know that I'm not perfect. I know that I'm not the smartest. I know I'm not the this or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I do know that I've mastered the art. I have mastered being able to forgive.
Ooh, that's huge.
And once you're able to forgive, once you're able to say, you know what, you did something to me. It wasn't very nice. It hurt me deeply, or you cheated, whatever. And you can say, I forgive you, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. But I'm also going to forget you.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Because I think that actually changes my thoughts on a bad bitch. Because, you know, a bad bitch could come across as she's trying to get people back and stuff. But the fact that you can forgive and keep flourishing and moving on, yeah, that changes it for me. That's pretty good.
That's why I say people don't really get, what I mean by a bad bitch, the capacity to say to someone that has fucked you, excuse my language, damn, too
late. It's already down. It's out there. Now this has changed the rating of the podcast.
It blows people's mind. It blows people's mind big time when you're just like, okay, well, this happened.
Yeah.
All right. Move past it.
Yeah.
And we talk and talk and talk. I have a boyfriend that he said, I really wish I could do that. Do what? What you do? What are you talking? He says that to me often. He says, I wish I could let things go. Because he's still...
That's powerful.
He's still talking about the money he had to pay for his ex-wife for that divorce. He's still talking about
How many years ago? A long time ago. Yeah.
10 years. And he's still talking about it. She's married. She's remarried and everything.
Oh, indeed.
Sorry, Dawn.
Do I totally hold?
I said your name. Oops. Anyway. You'll forgive me.
That's what happens when you're having a conversation. Sorry.
Yeah, but honestly, I think it blows people's mind then that you can forgive, that you can just get through anything, and say, I forgive you. I may not want you around me, or if you're stuck with them, if they're family, whatever, you can just say, I forgive you, and let it go. And when I say let it go, really let it go, because then you'll be able to go on and have that career you want. I've seen so many people who try to stifle it, stifle the work, stifle the actual work, the package that I put together, everything, or claimed it. And a lot of times I'm going for it. And I'm like, you know what? No, because that person's going to want to know how did you do this part? How did you do that part? If you're claiming stuff for yourself, you're going to have to try to figure it out yourself. But if you're going to come back to me, I mean, you're going to have to humble yourself, right?
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. You could be a badass without being a bitch.
Oh.
You
can be a bad bitch without being an ass. How about that? How about that? That's the way it should be. You could be a bad bitch without being an ass. Okay. That's fair. I think that's good. I think that's good to... Yeah. Well, it sounds like there's so much more that we can talk about
there's
on
a
this.
lot more we can talk about. I definitely want to dive into some of that fun stuff. Working with an actress was a trip.
Well, I don't know if anybody else heard, but I heard Prince. So you had me at Prince.
Yeah. Prince. So I can't wait. He used to perform in the quad at Warner Brothers.
Okay, so we'll talk. I want to hear more about that. So I guess we can tell everybody to no, because we're going to talk about all of that fun stuff in Vegas and royalty. Because now I'm curious. I got a whole bunch of notes and questions. So I look forward to doing this again. Is there anything else you want to possibly close with? Or
you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
You're supposed to do it with an announcer voice. Ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm just joking. Sorry.
I'm in my mood today. Okay. I want to do that sexy voice.
Okay.
I know you're the voice person.
Sorry. I mean, we can do a sexy voice if you want to.
Oh, no, she didn't. That's 2 today.
Lord, I'm getting fired. So I guess it's been real talking to you. I look forward to hearing the rest of these series.
With somebody else. No, but we definitely have more to talk about. We definitely have more to learn about each other, and we definitely have some fun stuff coming up. One of the things I really wanted to talk about is, like you said, is the career moves.
Yeah, I think that would be really
I definitely want to talk more about the career moves, because I was one of these people that, okay, you can't work for someplace for more than 3 years and 5 tops, and then you got to move on.
My kind of person. That's what I'm talking about.
So I've had some jobs, door to door, everything. I have had the funniest career.
So to the naked eye, your career path won't make any sense.
No.
Cool. I look forward to that.
Anyway, you guys, thanks for joining. This is always my labor of love, and my partner over here, Shaunte.
This seems like the hardest part is closing out, because we want to keep talking. So we'll just pick up next week.